good for you, man. I'm just worried about your knee. That's all.
It's
you
great,
know what I mean?
man. My knee's been awesome. It's healing up.
That's
really,
good
really
that you haven't had a problem, right? Because like it would be in the back of your head, like, oh shit. But since it's been like holding up fine.
I never know. It's been fine. Yeah, I was super. When after the surgery and stuff, super proactive.
So like you actually had like surgery.
Double surgery.
Double surgery.
Yeah,
Want to talk about that a little bit?
Completely new ACL. Well, I just did it. It was an old rugby injury back in England. I didn't realize it was as bad as it was, so I kind of let it. You know, just
like a man, like fuck it, it'll
heal. It's probably just a bad tear, and it'll heal over time. So I just didn't do any heavy lifting. I didn't play any sports where I was moving around too much, things like that.
Yeah, too many like agile
until like almost a year later, and then I was doing a little kick around with you guys and Ian and that, and it just went. And I was like,
I wasn't there that day. Actually,
that didn't feel good, but it felt exactly the same as when I did it playing rugby. I remember the feeling. Yeah. And then I realized,
same injury, same thing.
Yeah. I kind of looked it up a little bit, and I was like, "Yeah, this is the ACL, I think." So I went to the doctors
in China.
And
that's always fun, by the way, going to the hospital in China.
So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but the first doctor just kind of looked at it and just went, "Yeah, just go home and rest for 2 weeks, and then come back, and I'll give you some meds." And I was like, "I can't." That
seems like Travis's diagnosis. Yeah. That doesn't seem like an educated one.
I was like, he didn't really spend much time on really doing anything with it, and I can't walk, and it keeps popping out with any weight.
What do you mean popping out exactly? I'm just curious.
Yeah, it was like just popping out side to
side. So like not stable, just like
no. There's nothing. My knee was just floating around.
That's so scary to me, by the way.
Yeah, it was horrible. I mean, you can. But anyway, so yeah, I thought maybe I'll get a second opinion. So I literally went in the office next door, and this doctor
you waddled over.
Yeah, and this doctor could speak a little bit of English, and we sort of asked about him a bit. I thought I want to know about this doctor before I start letting him prod away at me. And he was like a proper what do you call him? What's like a
what?
That kind of doctor that fixes knees and shit.
A neologist.
I can't remember. I think it begins with ostologist.
I
can't remember. But yeah, and he has been all over the world, and he says, "Oh yeah, I kind of think I know what it is. Let's put you in the MRI machine and just check." So he actually did the scans, X-rays, and went, "Yeah, you."
So you went like downstairs and stuff to that big, like
all that shit.
I did that shit with Arena.
And he said, "Yeah, your ACL's just doesn't exist. It's just shot to pieces. It's not even there.
Damn.
And your meniscus is all torn to shreds as well. So my meniscus and my ACL was fucked."
And you were probably like lifting on that too, like an idiot.
Yeah, but he said because I had like quite a decent bit of muscle around my knee. It was
so like it held it together. Yeah.
You can live your whole life without an ACL.
I know. I hear it in the UFC, like UFC fighters all the time. Just like the doctor's like, "Fuck yeah!" Like you've been training for like 2 years when you had no ACL.
You can, like if you've got a lot of muscle supporting that area, you can get away with it. If you work a normal office job every day, you don't need an ACL. Though you would think.
But
yeah, if you're moving around side to side, you're just not going to have that support, and it will pop out. So I wasn't doing anything like that for a long time, so I didn't think it was as bad as it was. So yeah, blah blah blah. Diagnosed it, got the surgery, did a really good job.
In China,
yeah, in China.
Damn.
Complete ACL replacement. Meniscus was all sewn up and sorted out. Yeah, and then full leg brace for like 6 weeks. But I was thinking I'm just going to heal as fast as possible. I'm going to be super proactive. So I was no drinking, no smoking, super healthy eating. Within a couple of weeks, I was in the gym, in my leg brace, hobbling in there, and just lifting, moving my leg around, just tiny movements.
You're
and
like
on
Tony
the side
Ferguson,
of this
bro.
leg
Just
brace,
did it out yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Just YouTube. What physiotherapy can I do to speed things up?
Like, why pay someone to give you the same information?
Yeah, I looked at. I was taking like joint support supplements, so things that were aimed at
a lot of fish
joint
oils
health.
and stuff.
Yeah, Animal Flex. I was taking Animal Flex a lot, and also I tried TB500, which is like an injectable healing peptide that helped out a lot as well.
That sounds cool.
So basically, I was just super proactive, did all my exercises and shit like that all the time, every day, just making sure. And after weeks went by, I'd add a couple of kilos and turn the angle of my leg brace a bit so I could get it to like, and eventually just took the leg brace off, started doing
just
light
slowly
stuff in the gym,
surely.
blah, 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 all the way through. Long story short, healed up great, super strong now. Both legs are nice and equal. Little bit of difference in size on my calves and my quads, just a little bit, maybe like an inch. But strength-wise, it's fine. They don't feel any different when I'm squatting.
That might come back to hurt you with like Like bodybuilding, though, maybe.
I'll just have to spend a bit more time on that leg.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure it'll be fine, but like,
yeah, it will be. It's not noticeable. Like to me, it is because.
Yeah, but you know when it gets to that, like, if you ever get to that level, like, it's the little things that are separating from you first and second place. You know.
But I think in general it should be fine. But yeah, super good recovery. The strength training I think is probably being the biggest factor of helping for it being so strong now, because. Strength training is basically when you're doing a lift, like that Australian strength coach guy I was talking about.
Yeah.
When someone walks into his gym and they're like, oh, I'm injured or I want to start powerlifting, I'm not strong, I want to be strong. First thing, if they come in with a back injury, the first thing he's going to do is teach them how to pick things up.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, so teach them how to deadlift properly. And then through deadlifting, he will see the weak points within their lift and will be able to diagnose which areas are weak, which areas need to be built.
And that's usually the cause of a lot of injury,
he can program towards that and say, right, okay, we're going to build up whether it's your glutes or your quads or whatever, your back. And then you get stronger and then you don't get injured because all these areas are strong.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I've been doing powerlifting-wise, is just building my overall frame and foundations, getting strong in all the right areas. It's been really good. It's really fun. I feel like I've spoken about this subject way too long now.
No, not at all. I think it's interesting. I think a lot of people would actually be interested in it. And like, that's one thing I learned from like...
Anyone who's not interested in fucking gym stuff is already clicked off of this video. If you haven't and you're about to, don't. We've got some funny stuff to talk about too.
Yeah, for sure. But one thing I want to say though is like, that's one thing I learned from like Jeff Cavalier and stuff like that is like, say you have like a lower back problem. It's not because of your lower back. It's probably because like lack of like glute strength or glute flex. You know what I mean? There's always something that's causing something else, right? Because we're like connected. A temple.
Everything's connected. Yeah. So you've got to be smart about being diagnosed. And people that don't figure that out and they keep pushing themselves, they just get more and more injuries, which I kind of don't get because there's just so much good information online.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bullshit information, but if you look hard enough or just ask, people are scared to ask for help because they think it's a weakness or something. But sorry. And but yeah, just ask. Go online, check it out. Google your exact questions, and you'll get good results. You'd be
surprised. Like I'll go to like Google something like legit, like something like obscure, and like before I finish it, it like comes up. I'm like, wow, someone had that same fucking question, and it's like that's really unique. You know what I mean? Whether like I had an impingement in my shoulder, like didn't know what an impingement was at the time, but I Googled like weird shoulder Titan thing, and then it's like an exact thing came up, and like all these physical therapists came up, free videos on YouTube, all these exercises and stuff, and I was like, and I did them at home. Shoulder feels great. You know what I mean?
Like, and how much did it cost you?
$0.
10 minutes? 10 minutes of time on YouTube?
Like to be like an hour,
a couple of hours,
but like but technically the first video I watched
it
was
didn't
the most
cost you $30 an hour to see someone who hasn't got a clue what they're doing,
right? So
or here.
Exactly. No, and my shoulder feels great too. I was actually super scared because I always had right shoulder problems, but it was my left shoulder. Now I'm like, fuck, yeah, maybe. No, but one thing before we get off this topic, no, you have to have two dicks. No, but how much did it cost you? If you don't mind me asking, for like in China, I'm curious like what an ACL surgery would go for, if that's not too personal.
The ACL and the meniscus altogether came to about 50,000 RMB.
And you just paid that out of your own pocket?
All my savings gone, plus my missus like
helped you at the time.
Emptied a credit card.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. It took me a few months to pay everything back and get back to square one, but it was done and I feel good now. And
do you know that conversion on top of your head? I don't want to do math on camera, but like 50,000 would be like what? 200 to 1,000.
Like $4,000 or £5,000, so probably maybe $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, something like that.
Maybe like 10,000. I think it's like 10,000 Canadian dollars. If it's like because 50,000.
That's a guess.
That might be really bad math, but if $200 is 1,000 RMB, 50,000 would be 10,000.
Well, it's way cheaper than it would cost in America.
If that's wrong,
someone was telling me in America that would cost them $50,000
upwards.
And if you haven't got insurance, you're fucked for life.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas in England, it would have been free. But I probably would have had to wait on a waiting list for 2 years to get it done.
Same thing with Canada. Well, they're basically the same place.
Either way, bugger it. Instead of just going home and coming back to China and going through all that bullshit, I would have had to do the rehab at home, left my missus here. I just thought, fuck it. Just pay the money, get it done, do the rehab myself, be smart about it, be proactive, and everything went fine. Now I've just finished a power plan. Sunday or Monday is going to be peak day. I'm going to lift a new total. My target total is 660 kilograms across all 3 lifts. So bench press, deadlift, and squat. If between all of those, my 1 rep total for all of them to mix together is 660, then I've hit my target. If I get over 600, it's still a PR. You know,
oh shit!
If I get over 600, it's for me. It's
well for you. It's like your squat. It's still like 10 times what I could squat. But you even said like based on like how strong you are and like your body.
My squat's
side.
weak as fuck.
Yeah, it's weak.
But then
like,
it's because I've been recovering from a surgery half the time I've been training.
I would never push myself that much with a knee injury. But anyway, we can switch up the topics though because you're right. That's a good little actual like solid information. You know, like some people might have like my knee's been fucked up for years,
and people
then be like, oh shit, maybe
the old
it's my
traditional
ACL.
Ways of thinking is just sit on your ass and rest, don't do anything, you know,
that's my way.
Take as many fucking anti-inflammatory pills as you can. That they are all the wrong things to do. At first, rest, let the swelling go down. Yeah. You know,
like not everything's super serious, but not everything.
But then you need to
simple.
start being proactive, and you need to do some rehab, and do not take hell of a bunch of fucking anti-inflammatories. Inflammation is there for a reason. That's part of the healing process. So you're not doing yourself any favors. Plus, they're no good for you anyway.
That's true. I never really thought of it like that. Like
it's your body's natural
not bad,
reaction to
you know.
The reason why if you get a bruise, blood goes to that area. Well, let's say that's a bad example.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say that's not the same
injury,
thing.
And you get loads of water. Yeah, you get a really fat, watery knee.
You get that like soft
That's to
tissue.
protect the injury while everything else is healing and stuff. But you can speed things up a little bit with certain stuff.
Science, technology,
with science and strength training.
Yeah,
true. And strength training doesn't mean you have to go in there and do a fucking 100-kilo squat on your first day of rehab.
It's just getting there and doing something.
That just means making something stronger. That could be using no weight whatsoever. That could be literally just lifting your leg from the floor upwards 10 degrees. That's making that stronger over time. So strength training isn't giant fat guys with lifting belts squatting 1,000 pounds. It's the whole spectrum.
Yeah, that's true. Like you can even do shit at home, but like I don't do that. Like I can't work out at home. To be honest with you.
I'm not. I don't. I have to be in the
Your
gym.
home, my home is a place of relaxation. I can't like get ready, like pumped up to do like I'm gonna do some bodyweight squats. Like no, I'm gonna play Call of Duty. Like I'm not gonna like I'll go to the gym and do work, but I can't do it at home because I just
gonna get that finger bashing on.
Yeah, I get that thumb strength going.